What is going on, guys? I'm Watch Chair Go, and I told myself I wouldn't do what I did today. You know, the channel's gonna focus on the Audi and the tractor now, and we're gonna kind of fill everything else with the Rampage and the EXP. But I bought this Civic for 300 bucks last night. So this is my 2001 Honda Civic EX. It's got the 1.7. It has 222,000 some odd miles on it. It's quite a few miles. It doesn't have any spoilers, any wheels, and the exhaust is stock and super quiet. We got a cracked windshield right here. Headliner's falling down. You can see all the paint's coming off the trim there. A little bit of hail on the trunk here. This taillight's got a crack in it. And we've got some, you know, it looks like somebody rubbed on something right there. Other than that, the body looks straight and it's missing one hubcap. We went to pick this up last night and the battery was completely dead. Let's see if I can find the key for you guys. There we go. Left it unlocked. And it drove home after we jumped it with the Volt, and I pulled the battery out last night, stuck it on the charger all night long, and I just put the battery back in, and I think it started the first time. What a champ. Here's the mileage, I'll show it to you guys. 222,395. Gauges work, maintenance required light. It feels like there's a dead coil pack, and it is pouring oil out. Pouring oil out, like gallons. I did find the radio code last night too, so that was nice. Always good to have music. Speaking of music, it has a stock radio. What 2001 Civic doesn't have an aftermarket radio? Look at that. Oh, I'm sure you can tell the headliner is trash. Probably the worst headliner I've ever seen in my life. I did wash it last night, so it wasn't quite this clean. It had been sitting for about a year, and I wiped everything down after I washed it with some waterless wash again after the car wash. Here's the engine bay. It is a legitimate disaster. What a mess. It flings oil all over the top of the engine, and you can see that like probably 10 gallons of oil have been dumped down the side as it's ran over the years. So that's all kind of solidified. We're gonna replace what I think is the issue, which should be the rear camshaft seal. I'm hoping that's the problem there. It should just pop out, and it's a super cheap part. Put a coil pack in it. We'll listen to each cylinder, figure out what's going on with that, and then get this over to the car wash, blow all this dirt out of here, spray some gunk on all that oil to get rid of it, and move it on down the road. I want this gone before the end of the day. That's my goal here. And speaking of absolutely terrible oil leaks, this is what it did while it was idling in the driveway for maybe 5 minutes. 5 minutes is probably overestimating it. We literally put some power steering fluid in it and refilled some of the oil because I was worried about how much it was leaking. And yeah, that's how much it leaked. We are driving to a Honda dealer for the first time in I don't know how long. When's the last time you went to a Honda dealership?
I don't know, I drove through here the other day looking at cars.
Oh, okay. I assume never, because Hondas never die and there's actually no need for new ones to be produced. They would literally live on infinitely if everyone just stopped buying new Hondas. But it's also weird to buy Honda parts because all the all the aftermarket ones are usually really good. I actually want to go in and check this out just because I've never been in this dealership since they, I don't know if I've ever been in a Honda dealership in this city.
I love that gray.
Ooh, yeah, Civic, we got a Civic with the HDMI port. Do you have an HDMI cable we can plug into this thing? Oh, it doesn't have the HDMI port, all right.
Oh, dang.
You tricked us, Honda. This dealership is freaking awesome. It's nice in here. 72 Z600.
I want this so bad.
It's your perfect car. They say Hector is going to be rocking 3 Honda Civics with spoon engines. Mission accomplished. We have the OEM camshaft plug. It's a 12513-P72-003. Little tiny plastic plug with an O-ring on it. It's all you need to stop your Civic from leaking. Let's get to work. All right, O'Reilly's time. Let's go buy some parts. What up, X? I need stuff. 2001 Civic EX. I need the coil pack, whatever the lifetime warranty house brand one is, and also a set of spark plugs.
You want to go OE on the spark plugs?
You know, let's see what you got. NGKs probably.
Anything else?
That's it, man. Thank you.
Grand total.
4723. All right, let's put this camshaft in seal in first. Use my head prop. Thank you. It magically opened. I got some gloves because this is gonna be a disaster. Let's get the hood prop on there for real. Awesome. Okay. So, according to the internet, you can remove this camshaft cover without pulling the EGR.
It's just oil everywhere.
Yeah, it's try to pry it out. All right, so I'm gonna grab my long screwdriver here.
Dramatically like pop it too when you put it on.
You have to do the blow.
Snap it.
Yeah. All right.
There
Doctor.
you go.
All right, let's get in here. I'm gonna pull this connector too so I don't have to deal with anything in my way. Just give this thing a slow pry as we move around it here. Honestly, the valve cover doesn't look that bad. That EGR valve is so in the way. Ooh, it's not a big deal. You can do it without removing EGR. Did I say 2 EGRs or 2 screwdrivers?
I don't know what you said.
I hope I said 2 screwdrivers. Man, that thing is covered in oil. There's not even a, oh, there's the, okay, the O-ring is there. I was a little concerned. All right, there's the old one. This is the dreaded camshaft cover, and that O-ring is trash. It is absolutely flat. Try to work this new one down into the hole here. Genuine Honda parts. Ooh-wee. That one looks much better. Now to get it in there without getting it dirty. Right underneath the EGR, under the lip of the EGR, is where you're going with this. And it's definitely not the easiest thing to get going. Okay, so on that cover, you've got 4 fingers that are about like, I don't know, it's hard to do, but they're equally offset, right? You've got 4 fingers in a square kind of arrangement on that circular plug. And if you take your screwdriver and use it to start the ends of 2 of them, you get one side in, start the other 2 ends, it goes in, no problem at all. So this should be the last couple pries to get it set back in there. Oh yeah, that looks nice. Let's plug in these connectors and figure out what's up with the coil pack. Coil packs. Let's start with spark plugs. I want to do the spark plugs in the coil pack. These are a 1/4 turn to get the valve cover off. Pop that bad boy off, set it aside. It's plastic, it won't matter where you set it. And these should be a 10, I assume. I grabbed a 10 because Honda loves to use 10s, and it is amazing. Oh yeah. Pull all the coil packs. Wiggle these out so I can get the connectors off easily. And there's one. Keep these in order. At least I would suggest it. You can do whatever you want. These also look like they might be OEM. Can't really tell. Denso. Probably. That one. That's probably our misfire.
Oh.
Valve cover seal's bad. This one is also leaking. You could hear it full of oil. Well, I didn't want to do a valve cover gasket, but at the same time, I'm really not against it. What's it going to take? 5 more minutes? Let's go get a valve cover gasket. Change these plugs out real quick. Should have brought my impact. Wow, these might be factory plugs. That gap is terrible. This engine ran so well. My mind is blown. Let's take a look at this one. I think this one's about out. All these spark plugs are old and trash. Just start tossing the new ones in. Fast as we can here. Proper gap, worn out gap. This one's probably double, maybe more. There's a lot of oil down in spark plug hole 1 and 2 there. We're just gonna go ahead and remove everything super fast and do those. Also, I should have brought my cordless impact out here to pull all these bolts. Let's break them all loose. All right, so we should have the wiring harness loose now. Nice and quick. Throttle cable, cruise cable. harness is off. Slide it out of this bracket and bring it forward a little bit. Should clear everything. Shout out to Gabe for having a solvent tank, making my valve cover cleaning mission incredibly easy. I got the spark plug seals, the spark plug stem seals out just a minute ago, and that was a lot of fun. I had to pry those out with pliers. This went way farther than I ever expected it to go this morning. It was supposed to be like a 10-minute fix. Okay, so we took the solvent tank, got most of the dirt off real quick, at least everything out of our mating surface. We got that out with a brush, and all of our spark plug seals right there. I'm gonna go ahead and blast off the carb cleaner real quick just to make sure it's clean. Oh yeah. A little bit of CRC cleaner carb, and we are good to go. Hit it one more time. It's almost perfectly clean down to the paint, so I might as well keep going a little bit more. Oh yeah. Okay, I went ahead and set the spark plug tube seals in there. We're gonna go ahead and tap them down. Make sure those are nice and tight. We're gonna go ahead and set the gasket in here. Get it right where it needs to be. Oh, it's so nice using modern stuff that has nice gaskets. Ooh-wee. This thing is not going to leak. Now we'll grab our little seals for all of the bolts. Put this thing on. All right, so I'm gonna do the bolt seals as well. They're actually pretty easy to do. You pull the metal off the rubber, kind of like that. Take some kind of wire cutters, linemen's, whatever you've got, and just cut through the rubber. So after you get a couple nice cuts in there, you should be able to get this separated all the way up to the metal. Get in there. Got some nice cuts in there right now. We're gonna pull all this old rubber off right up until it separates, which is right there. Once the rubber's off, you've got a nice empty bolt, or a bolt with no ridiculous seal on it. Wipe it off really well, grab your new one, which is right here. Just push it through. Yeah, maybe, that is. There we go. Nice bolt, new seal. And repeat 6 times or whatever this is. 5 times, 6 times? There's a few of these bolts. You'll need to cut all the seals off them. Freshly cleaned valve cover, new gasket is on. Let's install. It is time for an install. Also, I honestly forgot how I got this out. It was an ordeal to get this thing out of there. You will definitely have to finagle this back down onto there. But once you're in, it's no big deal. Let's see if we can get everything lined up again. Of course, the important part here is these tube seals. I got the valve cover wiggled back into position. Let's drop all these bolts in and get finished with this project. All these ones with the seals, it's pretty obvious where they go. They should drop right into place and start. And we're gonna run them down and set them to the 83 inch-pounds of torque that I got the torque wrench set to there. There's another one, almost there. And there's another one. Double check them all. Good, 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 good. As you all know, you can't actually work on a car without dropping a bolt. So I did. See if I can recover it here. It's underneath the radiator. Oh no. I pushed it farther. I got it.
Got some leaves.
Yeah, I dropped the bolt on the ground, so that's totally fine with me. We're finally good. Everything's back together. New valve cover gasket. It took quite a bit longer than I wanted, but hey, I'm going to sell this for considerably more with no oil leaks at all. So let's finish up the spark plugs. The original job that we started on should take a few minutes now. take this thing to the car wash, rinse out the engine bay, put it up for sale. Oh yeah, that thing's nasty. Covered in oil. These leaking seals are the worst. Yeah! Of course, there's no point in even looking at that. Wow. So much oil came out of that thing. And one more. Coil pack's going back in. Plug these in. Ooh yeah. These seals look great. That seal looks kind of bad. It's a lot worse. It is not. That coil's definitely working. Found the dead one. Swap it out. Look at all that oil burning off. This thing burns oil. No, let it run. Another new coil with another new gasket. Haha! Flip Civic is complete. Look how smooth it is. I cannot wait. Oh yeah. No more leaks around the valve cover gasket. I can see it all burning off around the header there. Oh, what a car, Honda. I don't know if anyone's told you guys, but you kill the game every single time. It's a race car. All right, kill it. Let's double check the oil. I just added a little bit, a little 10 dub 30. Right on the bubble. That's what I'm talking about. This car is ready to ship. Take it around the block if you want, dude.
No, I'm not ready for that.
This is a champion bred supercar. Honda is the king, man. You don't get better. It does not get better.
It's awesome.
Yep. All right, out the door goes.
Nice.
I wish this would stay up. We just pulled the that change compartment, or storage pocket, out of the front end. It was hanging down. The pins had pushed out of it. We pushed the pins back in with the robo grips, took it out with a Phillips screw, put the spring back in place, fixed all the storage. The car starts like a champ, runs amazing. Now let's go to the car wash, spray all that oil off of it, sell this thing for $1,000. It is a good running Civic. Spray down all of this oil. It's all over the transmission and engine, all up in the EGR.
This way.
There is oil on everything. Power steering pump, reservoirs. I think we're just gonna spray everything down. Get it on the timing cover. So much oil. Heavy duty foam for the win. We're just spraying this off with the low pressure water here, and it is coming clean. Okay, we are gonna run back to Tyler's abandoned road and take some pictures to sell this thing. We just got under hood fully detailed. It looks, I think it looks brand new. And maybe we can do a burnout. Let's see what this old 1.7 has in it. We got the e-brake locked up. All right, there's no traction, I don't think, so we're just gonna floor it. 4 hours later, here we are, 01 Civic EX, runs perfectly, new valve cover gasket, new seals all the way through the top end there, that new coil pack, spark plugs, we got NGK, I think the G-Power, double power platinum in there. Runs like a champ, engine bay's cleaned, I got it washed last night, got the trunk put back together, the spare tires back where it belongs, we got all the leaves out of this so it'll stop leaking, sunroof works great, everything works except the passenger side window, I think. What an awesome car for $300. This thing, it's gonna go to the distance for somebody, and that somebody is not me. Let's pop the hood so you can take a little look at how clean we got this. open the hood up, you can see our detail work on the engine there. We're still burning off some of the oil. Obviously I didn't want to bury the high pressure washer down in there and blast all the oil off, so there's quite a bit down deep in there, but it looks new. This is all wiped down. Everything's been wiped down. We used interior detailer and a rag to make sure we got the nice sheen on all the plastics. It's not perfect, but hey, for a $1,000 car that's going out the door, it is flawless. This is somebody's like school car for the next 10 years. So that's it. Civic is wrapped. That was one ugly underhood earlier today, and now it's ready to roll. It'd be cool if somebody did the headlights. I'm not gonna mess with the headlights. That's too much. I like to have them sanded and clear coated and everything. We can walk around the whole car. You can see it. You got some little door dings here and there, scratches. This thing doesn't actually close completely. It does work. We got the cable working. Probably needs a little bit of lube and it will finish popping out to lock the gas cap in place, but it'll sort of stay just a little bit. Trunk's good to go. I had the key on me. I do have the key. There we go. The floor's all warped, but I got the tire back in there, and we cleaned the carpets, vacuumed everything out, and I think this will set back down over time. You can see that they let so much dirt build up inside this that it had stopped the water from escaping, and you know, it goes in the trunk. So worked hard, got it all cleaned out. It'll drain. It might not be perfect, but it will drain. There we go, that's good. Missing a hubcap. It's had a little run-in, rub-a-dub on some guardrail. I don't know, that's about guardrail height. And the front one looks like it might have rubbed too. Time for a hubcap there. But the rest of it looks pretty good. It's doing Honda things right here. Typical Honda, I'm not too worried about it. That's it. The Civic's wrapped up. We're gonna take pictures right now to try to get it sold tonight. I'd like it to be gone for the end of the day so that it's a quick, short flip. If we get it sold, I'll follow up with you. If not, that is it for today, guys. Please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time. That is the end of the tale of the Civic. Zachary's buying it, but he brought this awesome MR2 over. Let's take a look under the hood here. This looks amazing. What a huge intercooler. Is that an electric fan hidden under the intercooler?
There's two. Yep.
Two?
Yep.
Huge TL blow-off valve, wastegate. Man, what a monster. How much power are you making out of this?
480 on high boost.
This car must move out. And the MR2 is awesome. What a cool looking car. All right, man, well, enjoy the daily so you can stop beating on your 500 horsepower monster here. I know you've been dailying this for a while, so.
Unfortunately.
It's such a cool car, man. Did you paint it? Or is it
No,
plastic?
it's wrapped.
Oh, it's wrapped?
Yep.
Gotcha.
Jacob
Nice.
Perry.
Okay, okay. Yeah, because I looked like a wrap color. I was pretty sure it was a wrap blue.
Yeah, it's 3M Perfect Blue.
Gotcha. Looks sweet.
Been on there 2 years.
2 years?
Just now starting to.
Yeah, it's yeah. Which that happens after 2 years, honestly. The Miata's one was lifting after 2, but
And then Oklahoma City claimed my front lip.
oh man, it did, didn't it?
It did.
Huh.
Clean off.
Well, all right, man. Thanks a bunch. Enjoy the daily.